much. I'm Modeste. I'm a group presenter, and this group we are going to talk about the project which is called the Culture Dinah Party under the goal of comfort culture. So I'm with my group members. They can start introducing themselves.
I'm Dinah.
Thank you very much. I'm Samuel Salimani.
So yes, to work on this project, we have divided different tasks where each and everyone have the task to work on. So let's hear more about the topic that Dina worked on. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, I've worked on three cultures: my own culture of our Gogwe and Tringiti portrait and tailgating. Firstly, I'm gonna start to introduce the culture of Tringiti portrait. Yeah, Tringiti portrait is the culture like which like portrait again the portrait is like giving. Yeah, in that culture they like to attend different ceremonies which called Tingiti portrait. In that ceremony is like giving like support of giving food to the one who don't have it. And in that culture they like dancing, singing, like enjoying that moment. And after enjoying that moment they take the meal which called fish, which is the important food in their culture. And eating fish in that ceremonies or in that activity in their culture symbolize kindness. Again, they like eat strawberries in their culture in that ceremonies, which symbolize that in their culture their land is fertility. Again, I'm going to talk about tailgating. Tailgating is like an activity which is likely to like to join two parents like coming in different states or in different like in different courage which they like to meet praying football match. And before they praying football match they like sharing food that like beans, cheese, and drinking alcohol before starting praying that match, which symbolize in their culture, they symbolize that they have to gain success. Yeah, I go on my own side or my own culture. I am going to talk about my culture, Abagobe. In Abagobe culture, we like looking out for cattle, enjoying the moments, giving each other cows, which is the activity done with our parents or our dads, giving cow to each other symbolize friendship in our culture. Yeah, actually, in that ceremonies of giving each other cow, we like to share milk and eating Irish potato after giving or receiving cow, which symbolize that we have friendship in our culture. And like we value that because it's the activity we get from, or like an inheritance we get from our ancestors. Thank you so much. That's all about my culture. If you have any question you can ask me. I'm here to answer everything.
Sure. Maybe I don't know if you read in my mind because I have just a little question
Yeah,
about
just
what
I
you
can
said.
welcome you to ask me many questions as you can.
No, just it's not many. I'm going to ask you just one question.
It's
You said that those people they like to they used to drink beer before playing the football, right?
yeah.
So why? Maybe it's the students, as you said, when they are going to play with the other schools. Is it possible? Is it possible why their leaders they allow them to drink beer? Why we know that when you drink beer, maybe just can be busy or be a drunkard. So how can a drunkard play football? Yes, yeah.
Thank you so much, Samuel, for your question. But in that culture, they like, as you said, to drink alcohol before they play match or they go to play that football match. But doesn't mean that they are going to drink in excess. Like they drink that beer or alcohol in order to just to value their culture only that.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, Dinah, for sharing the culture. For sure, it's really amazing. Yes, so moving forward, let's talk about Hawaii poi and Japanese rice. As myself, I worked on these two kind of cultures. Those culture called Hawaii poi and Japanese rice. Starting from Hawaii poi, this is Hawaii poi is the food that produced from taro plant. Yes, this taro plant is the plant that is used to be cultivated there in Hawaii. So yes, the Hawaiian people believe that this plant is their original ancestor of Hawaiian people. So this is because Hawaiian poi considered as the important food because they consider these also Hawaii poi symbolize spiritually and culture, part of their culture. So moving forward to Japanese rice, this Japanese rice is also very crucial here in this Japan, where the Japanese used to eat this rice because they consider this Japanese rice as the heart of their culture. So where they say that in the time you don't have rice at your home, which means you have nothing. Can you imagine that? So when you can have any other kinds of food, but in the time you don't have rice, you have nothing. So this means that in Japan, this rice is very and very important. Okay, yes, and we know rice, and I know most of you like rice.
I would like it.
Me, I don't like rice.
Okay, so but it's delicious. I encourage you to eat it. Right? Okay, so moving forward to my own culture. My own culture is the culture of our Nigerian. So in our culture, we have two kinds of food that we really like to eat. So those kind of culture are, sorry, those kind of food are milk. First of all, milk. Yeah, milk is very important for us in our culture because milk symbolizes richness. And also milk symbolizes respect. So in the time you come to visit me and you see that I welcome with you milk. So you will see that I respect you. You will see that at home we are rich.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the symbol of richness in our culture. So we also used to eat cassava. Do you know cassava?
Yes, you know.
Yes, cassava is also another food that we really respect in our culture because this cassava symbolize power in our culture. So I talked to my father and my grandmother as well as my aunt. They told me more about those kind of food. Where my father told me about milk, where milk, as I told you, it symbolizes respect. And my grandma told me about cassava, where she told me that cassava will symbolize the power. In the time you are going to do anything that require you energy, you will eat cassava in order to get power. Again, my aunt also taught me about how to prepare milk and how to prepare cassava. So that's all about my culture, and if there is any question you can ask me. Yes, thank you.
about what you're saying about Japan. I
Yes.
know you are here. We are here in London, and you live so far to Japan, and I see that you don't have any passport to make you go there.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
How did you know like the culture of Japan? Why you didn't get there?
Yes, yes. Thank you, Dina. This is a very good question. Yes, you are right. I didn't even get there. Yes. So how I got the information that I told you about the Japanese lies. I got in this way. So I have the friend of mine. So my friend also has his friend who lived there in Japan. So that friend that lived there in Japan, I approached my friend, and also my friend asked his friend about Japanese rice. So in that way, I get information. He told me more about rice, where he told me, as I told you, that there in Japan, whenever you don't have rice in your home, you have nothing. So that shows that it's very important. Rice is very important in Japanese rice. So I think it's that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes. So now we can welcome Samuel to go next.
Okay, thank you very much to give me the floor. As you have worked on different cultures, me also I have worked on two cultures, and I add my own culture of Abatega. So I worked on two culture. First one was just Hindu wedding foods, and then I worked on Pennsylvanian Dutch cuisine. So starting on Hindu wedding food, uh, mostly in their ceremonies, especially in the wedding, they like to use rice. Yeah, they use rice because rice just they believe that it symbolizes prosperity and purity. That's why also when they are in the wedding, the groom and the bride they used to take rice and pour on each other in order to show the sign of prosperity. Again, in Hindu, they like to use coconut on their menu. You can't miss coconut. This is because you remember on the coconut it has 3 points. So that 3 points it's considered as the three eyes of their Lord that called Shiva. It's a Lord, and this coconut is just symbolized by the fruit of God, and they believe that when you eat coconut it increases your duration of time of live. It means you live longer when you eat coconut according to their beliefs. Again, going next to the Pennsylvanian Dutch cuisine. In the Pennsylvanians, they like to eat pork mixed with sauerkraut. Sauerkraut is something that is look like cabbages. I think you know cabbages. So they mix those pork with sauerkraut in order to have, because they believe that those foods helps them to be luckier in their life, and they like to eat those foods especially in the ending months of the year. That means on the Christmas. I remember in this time we are in the ending of the year.
Yes.
It means right now they are in nowadays they are eating porks and sauerkraut.
Yes.
Yeah, I have got this because remember that I'm a photographer.
Sure.
So in 2018, I was just a photographer in the company of Pennsylvanians there in Kigali, and when then I asked more that a manager, because he was my friend, and he told me more about their culture. Going next, without delaying on my culture of Abatega. In our culture is a very interesting culture. Just in our culture, there is the different foods that are connected to some practices for the related activity. So the first food is just in our culture. We like to use energetic foods. For example, we use mainly sweet potatoes, especially when we are going to take or to perform different activities that requires you to use energies, a lot of energies like cultivating or taking a long journey. In that time, just to eat energetic foods, especially sweet potatoes. Again, sweet potatoes, it is when you eat sweet potatoes, you become strong. But when you eat just sweet potatoes, as its name, it is sweet. It brings just the sweetness in the family. Okay. Again, in our culture, we drink milk. Milk is very important in our culture because milk, you know that milk, it have the white color, and that white color, if you conduct different researches, you will find that white color is symbolized pure. So when we use milk, for example, for welcoming the guest, it symbolizes that we have an open heart and a pure heart, and is like showing the love and the respect to those guests. So in our family, we can't miss milk, and it is very important in our culture. I think is that's all about my culture and the two cultures that I have prepared. I don't know if there is anyone who has question I'm able to answer.
So yeah, yes, Sam, I really appreciate your share, and I really happy because in your culture I understand that you also use milk as my own culture. So which means that we have some similarities,
Yeah, sure.
my culture and your culture. So, but I have a question. I would like to ask you, what is the difference between those three cultures that you worked on? Okay, yes.
Thank you very much. I got your question. Uh, you understand, as I have said, we use different foods or drinks like milk, but for example, in Pennsylvania, they have their unique foods that are concerned or connected with their activities. So I can say that the difference is just each culture, they have their and their uniqueness, unique foods according to their culture.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what about similarities?
Yeah, similarities, I can say that oh, those foods related activities, or the just is something that bring or create something within themselves to develop something or some characters. You know that when in our culture the foods symbolize something, but it make us to remember that we have love, or we have to have love within us in showing them. As the others, they use foods in order to develop something in their cultures. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you. So also, Dina, can you tell us about the similarities and difference with your cultures that you worked on?
Yeah, thank you so much. Actually, what I said before, it's like the differences. As Samuel said, the difference based on the food they share. Firstly, on Tringiti, they like eat fishes, which symbolize kindness in their culture. And in Tailgating, they like drinking alcohol and eat beans, cheap cheese before they go to pray match, which symbolize they want success before they pray that much. Again, on my culture, we like drinking milk and eat Irish potato, which symbolize that we have friendship in our culture, and we value the inheritance we get from our ancestors. Again, on the similarities, just when we are sharing that food or that meal in our culture, like we are happy while we are sharing in collaborative team, like in large number of group fathers, mothers, and their children. That all the similarities in our culture, we share that meal while we are happy and in collaborative way. Yeah.
So as to conclude, as the group we also talked about, was talking about this culture dinner party as a project and comfort culture as a goal. So this was all about what we done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.